Bet you're glad you got your ticket for that one, man. That was as good as it gets, bottom line. I mean, I could sit in here and I could hang my head and I could talk about all the things that we didn't do and all of those things that put us in a situation there at the end of the ball game to go into overtime. But the fact of the matter is man, that was as good as it gets. That was two top-notch programs. My hat's off to Dameron and EIU, man. They played incredible. The effort level of our kids was incredible. I think there was a lot of people who probably counted us out there in the fourth quarter when it was 21-7, and they probably packed their stuff and went home. And boy, did they miss quite a game right there, one that I'm awfully proud of. So there was nothing but positive things in that locker room. You've got you got a bunch of kids who got a bunch of hurt feelings, but every one of them knows that they laid it on the line. And as a coach, that's all you can ask for, is that your players lay it on the line each and every snap. And I think that we did that tonight, man. I'm awfully proud of this group. Going into the bye week, give us a chance to heal our bumps and bruises right there, circle the wagons, and finish this thing up the right way, because it's like I told somebody earlier, we're coming the rest of this season. I really, truly believe in these kids. I believe in the resiliency that they show. And tonight, watching them do some things right there, man, just awfully proud to be a part of this bunch.
Your defense forced 4 turnovers, but unfortunately just never could really stop the run. Was that more on y'all's game plan to stop their offense and they countered, or was that more on them and their offensive line being attacked?
No, yeah, shoot, man, that was just that was the fight, man. That was the fight. That was you saw a really good offensive front, really big offensive front, and a really good running back doing what they do well. And you saw a really good defense doing what they do well, because the fact of the matter is our defense, yeah, they may let you go down the field and do some things, in open field, but when you get into situational football, our defense is incredible, and again, you're talking about turnovers, again, forcing turnovers and things like that, and we got to start scoring off of turnovers. But defensively, man, those suckers played their butt off. Especially in big-time situations, and continuing to put teams in fourth down decisions of whether or not they want to kick it, whether they want to go for it, and things like that. And we continue to luck up and get people to pull it or push it on some of the field goals. And those things are going to pay off, man. I'm telling you, those things are going to pay off, and very, very proud of their effort. And you know me, Ed, I ain't into moral victories now, okay? So this ain't me trying to put a positive spin and sprinkle fairy dust on something, man. I'm awfully proud of the football game that just occurred there. And I can assure you one thing, I don't know how much a ticket costs, but everybody got their money's worth tonight.
What was it like for you to see, I understand the running game still struggled a little bit today. You had forward yardage, but not a lot of big gains. But the passing game seemed like it really started to take off with Andy and everyone else. What was it like to see that?
Yeah, I mean, it's encouraging, because we're starting to look like, somewhat of an offense, and I tell you, the biggest thing that I was happy with was, I don't know if anybody knows this, but I continue to receive the football. If I win the toss, I continue to receive it, and I've challenged the offense. I've told them I'm going to continue to do so, because I believe in those guys. I believe wholeheartedly in those guys, and I'm going to continue to put them in that situation. I'm going to continue to try to receive the football, and tonight or this afternoon we do it, and we go straight down the field in our first series, boom, 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 and you could just see, a little bit of confidence in those guys. And then all of a sudden we hit a lull, right there in the middle of the football game. We hit a lull, and we got really, really stale, and that's something we've got to improve on. It's something I've got to improve on, is get us out of those stale situations where we're very, very monotonous in some of the calls that we're making and things like that. And but again, you sit there in the fourth quarter and all the chips are down and it's 21-7. At that point, we hadn't done a whole lot. And you got Gandy who comes and he says, "Hey man, just throw me the football. Just throw me the football. I'll make it work." And I thought that we hunkered down. We got some good hard runs there at the end, made some things happen. Schuler played his butt off, moving around, trying to make some throws. And again, you just saw those guys start to, and I don't even like the word, but grind it out. They just started sharpening their edge a little bit and trying to make some plays, and just kept working the body. You know, again, it's like two prize fighters out there, man. They just kept working the body, working the body, working the body, and there at the end in that second overtime, you know, we just had the bad snap that killed us, put us behind the chains immediately, and you know, and we put it on our field goal team, you know, just one too many times. I mean, you can't continue to do that over and over and over again, and came up a little short.
What do you attribute that to around the middle of the game, and what can you pinpoint anything that really got snap?
Yeah, I mean, I think we get real stale. I think we get real stale. We're trying so desperately, I think, to weld in some of the run game, and sometimes I think that we try to make something that's not there. You know, instead of just moving on and going to the next call and continuing to try to be dynamic and move people in different places and get people in different formations and do some things like that. So. Obviously we'll take a look at that. I got a handful of notes there, but the biggest note that I made was just that we fought, man. I mean, that's you want to talk about a good fight now. I mean, we fought to the bitter end, and that's the thing that we're going to focus on the most.
Quincy Williams and Isaiah Foster both inserted in the starting lineup this week for undisclosed reasons.
Yeah.
How do you rate their play?
Great.
Overall?
Great. I mean, again, all I have to go off of after a game, you know, before I see film and all that is just effort and intensity and all of those things. And were they in the right spot all the time? No, probably not. You know, I don't know. We'll figure it out tomorrow. But I know one thing, man. Every one of those kids, they came to play today, buddy. I mean, they came to play today. And as a head coach, it doesn't get any better than that. Seeing those guys, I mean, they were. If it took 4 more overtimes, they were going to be ready. It didn't matter. And you had some guys that were limping around and banged up and beat up, and they just continued to fight. And I really think if we were still playing out there tonight, there wouldn't have been a guy who backed down from it. They were ready for it.
With Zach and Dylan's absence, is there anything that you can really pinpoint that's really going to suffer as a result, or are they going to pick up the slack?
Nope, we'll just pick up the slack, man. You know, we pick up the slack. It is what it is, just a situation that we have to deal with, and we'll move forward.